In this unit, we will look at reusable variables. We will review their purpose, how they behave in your content, and in your documents. In general, variables serve as placeholders for specific pieces of information that you want to ensure are represented consistently no matter where they are used. So that may be throughout a single document, specific to the context of that document, or it may be across documents and writers, where you need that variable to represent a value that is being used consistently throughout. When we open up our task pane, we can see a list of all of the variables that are currently available in this document. So you'll notice that some of the variables have values already assigned, while others do not. So if we take a look at how they're organized, the variables are organized first by repository. So right now we are connected to 3 different repositories. Variables are coming from 2 different repositories into this document, have been imported from 2 different repositories. So we have some coming from the corporate repository and some coming from our sales proposals repository. The variable names appear in this column here, and then you'll notice that some of them have values and some don't. Those that have values, some of them have little locks next to them. That means that they are saved in the repository with a value that is locked down, that only a content manager or whomever has permission to access the repository at that level may update and change. Any other variables, whether or not they are in the repository or saved just on the document level, as we'll see in a few minutes, they can have variable values that are updated in the context of a document. When you would choose to have a variable with a locked down value, that would be for something that you want to ensure that no matter who uses the variable, they have the exact same value, no matter in which document. So that's incredibly important for things that represent your company in particular. So for example, your company's actual name, different representations of that name that are approved, address, main phone lines, things like that. The significant advantage is that if something has to change about any of those variable values, they are changed on the repository level by someone with permission to do so, and anyone who's currently using that variable in any document will now be notified via a status notification, which you can see up in the ribbon, and also it would be individually indicated in any variable that is out of date that there is new information available so that you can pull that new value in. The advantage there, of course, is that you don't have to worry that it's going to continue to be inconsistent. You don't have to send around emails reminding people to make changes in all their documents or make sure that they do anything. As soon as they're working with a document and they see that and they resynchronize, which they're going to do when they start to work with any document, even if it's to update it, it will pull in the new value. So you don't have to worry that anything is inconsistent. So as you go through the sections in this particular unit on variables, we will create new variables, we'll work with them, insert them, edit them, see how they behave in different situations. So right now that I recommend that you advance to the next section that you haven't done yet and get started with creating variables.